All right, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. On your way in, man, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. And share the video and comment down below. I love seeing your guys' comments. That being said, today's video, we're reacting to a video from Underworld. And it's called Train Derailments and Mistakes Caught on Camera. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's just go ahead and get into it.
Chicago that got stuck on the tracks, and a woman in Utah who was bumped in front of a speeding train, to a truck in southern Texas that bottomed out at the wrong time, and a driver in South Florida who recorded this near tragedy. Here are some of the craziest train collisions and mistakes caught on camera.
Bruh.
LaGrange, Illinois is a small village in Cook County, roughly 16 miles southwest of Chicago. It's typically home to the annual Pet Parade, where thousands of locals gather downtown every spring to honor their furry friends. However, on June 13th of 2025, the area was humming for other reasons. A semi-truck had gotten itself stuck on the railroad tracks at the LaGrange Road crossing. That's when he saw the train barreling toward him, leaving him no time to abandon ship.
Y'all, what would y'all be doing in this situation? For real. Like, it's literally like staring death in the face. But yeah, he said the train, look, yeah, you can see it got stuck. Damn. I don't know the situation. Maybe he tried to beat it and got stuck, because people tend to do that, which is stupid. Just wait. But I don't know, man. Looked like he tried to beat it, but then he got stuck. Yeah, it's GG's. Yeah, it's GG's. Look at this dude. Woo! Idiot.
As the train drags the truck, it knocks out several pieces of safety equipment, shreds 2 trees, and kicks out one of the brick pillars supporting the train station.
Them trains ain't stopping, boy.
Including the driver, who was still inside the cab during the crash. The 46-year-old man from North Carolina claimed that he never saw the train and that the gates came down as he was trying to cross. In hindsight, he should have just broken through the plastic arms and dealt with the damage after. Even more ironic is the phrase "safety driven" stamped on the back of the truck. He was later cited for disobeying a signal and damaging public property, which wasn't too bad considering everything else.
Yeah, he could have lost his life.
Free? Hit it.
Damn. That's crazy, yo. Yeah, he almost lost his life. Yeah, because them trains, they are not stopping, boy. They are not. They must put these ads, bro. I know you get your money, Underworld. I see you.
It was October 3rd of 2023. 2 train spotting friends in Vanderlip, West Virginia were tracking the South Branch Valley train on its way to Petersburg when the unthinkable happened. As the train approached, the friends heard the unmistakable sound of screeching tires coming up behind them.
Uh-oh. What the hell? What the fuck?
Oh
Wait, hold on.
Thankfully, the men were okay, and the young driver managed to bail out before the train hit his car. Now, you might think that he was on his phone or going too fast, but don't judge this young book by its cover. According to the cameraman, the at-fault driver was actually the Dodge Charger you see right here. The muscle car was speeding and slammed on its brakes at the last second. Because the pickup was towing some heavy cable, the driver wasn't able to stop in time. So, instead of hitting the expensive Charger or the two train spotters, he veered right and sacrificed the electrical box.
Wow, man, that's an asshole.
There are about 5,100 miles of railway tracks across Indonesia, with big plans to expand by 2030. Those plans were slightly dampened in 2023 when a fiery crash set things back. It was July 18th of 2023. A truck driver in Semarang City was crossing the tracks when his engine suddenly cut out. He ran from the scene as quickly as he could in search of help. Meanwhile, a high-speed Indonesian railway train carrying 626 passengers was on its way through town.
Oh, damn! Y'all see that mushroom cloud? Dog, hell no. Good thing he got out of there though, but damn, you gotta worry about the passengers on that train too though. Yeah, the driver's alright, but are those passengers okay though? That's crazy. Damn.
Despite being engulfed in flames, the engineer and his assistant managed to escape unharmed. Ironically, the only person to suffer any injuries was a guy who jumped off before the crash. Thankfully, he was okay and soon found himself wishing he stayed on the moving train. It's unclear what caused the fire, as the truck bed was empty when the train hit. Perhaps the driver had just filled up on fuel, and the fireball you see is his exploding gas tank. While it looked terrible, workers cleared the
like I say, you see that mushroom cloud? Look at that.
Within 24 hours. It was October 9th of 2020. Dinner time was fast approaching in Pendleton, Indiana, a small town in Madison County, roughly 35 miles northeast of Indy. A local man named Sean decided to order himself a pizza. As he waited outside of Pizza King on Angle Road, he watched a semi-truck bottom out on the nearby train tracks. That's when he heard the train coming and knew he needed to record.
There's a train coming, oh my gosh. The semi better go.
Yeah, just get out, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, those trains aren't stopping, bro.
Oh my God.
And
oh my gosh, there it is. Pendleton, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Just happened in Pendleton.
that truck just got decapitated.
Wow. Yeah, he got out all right.
He better have, because that would be he would have been killed.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he got out. He got up there, and it was too sharp of a point, and it was coming off so he couldn't get out.
Wow.
That road scraper was going to pull him out, but then that train came.
Thankfully, the truck driver was okay. He's the guy you see bailing out of the cab at the start of the video. For a moment, he thinks about going back, but then he decides that the rig simply isn't worth his life. According to another witness, a nearby construction crew
Bro, the way that looked, that truck legit just got decapitated.
They tried tying straps around the semi and
hopefully,
using their
like
equipment
good thing
to pull
everybody's
it free,
right, though.
but the rig was simply too heavy. The fire department arrived moments later to extinguish a blaze near the wrecked cab. It's unclear how much longer our cameraman stuck around, as his pizza was likely getting cold.
If you're trying to stay lean and jacked and athletic from the comfort of your own home, I have
no words, bro.
Roughly 25 miles northeast of San Antonio lies the small city of Cibolo, Texas. It's home to roughly 32,000 people and a stretch of Amtrak line that runs from New Orleans to Los Angeles. On February 27th of 2020, a local man named Chris arrived at the intersection of County Road and Route 78, as he does every day before work. But on this day, there was a semi-truck blocking his path after bottoming out on the railway crossing. It didn't matter how big the rig was. The Amtrak was about to rip through it like paper.
So this truck got stuck on the railroad. Now the railroad things are coming. Here he comes. Oh.
Wee!
Oh. Oh.
Patience is key. Sometimes you have to be patient. Stop trying to beat the shit. Like I said, bro, I've seen people do that dumb shit and then they get stuck. And then it's like, patience is key, y'all. Like, it's crazy, man.
That's why you don't crossings.
My man just said it.
Holy shit.
Talk about a close call. The truck driver's lucky he didn't catch the business end of any loose debris, never mind the engine as it spun like a top. Meanwhile, 116 people were on board the train when it crashed. Thankfully, none of them were hurt, including the conductor who absorbed the brunt of the blow. Police later stated that the truck company had accidentally sent the driver over the low clearance crossing. He's not a human GPS and couldn't have known that his rig wouldn't make it. It sucks that the truck got hit, cameraman Chris said later. Train versus truck, train always wins. But what about train versus train?
GG's.
India is the world's most populous country with 1.45 billion people.
Oh yeah, and L to that, I guess that relayer that told him about that crossing, that clearing crossing. What did he say? What did he say? He said that it was too low of a crossing, a clearance, I guess. Let's see what he said.
Police later stated that the truck company had accidentally sent the driver over the low clearance crossing.
L for you guys, bro. Y'all set my man up.
He's not a human GPS and couldn't have known that his rig wouldn't make it. It sucks that the truck got hit, cameraman Chris said later. Train versus truck, train always wins. But what about train versus train?
Yeah, that's a big
India
L.
is the world's most populous country with 1.45 billion people. For the record, that's nearly 20% of the global population. As such, many Indians rely on public transit to get around. With roughly 43,000 miles of tracks, trains are typically the best option. Unfortunately, India is among the worst countries, if not the worst country, in terms of railway accidents and derailments. One of the worst crashes we've seen in a while occurred on November 11th of 2019, when these two commuter trains crashed head-on.
Damn! You get out of there, brother. Get out of there, y'all. Damn! Woo. Hopefully everybody's all right.
You can see where standing room is prioritized on these packed commuter trains, which is likely why several people were nearly thrown out the open doors when it crashed. Despite footage of several passengers being carried away from the scene, officials claimed that nobody was seriously injured during the crash.
Good.
When it was over, 12 people required medical treatment and were recovering at local hospitals afterward. According to reports, one of the drivers was stuck for 8 grueling hours while rescue teams tried to extract him. As for what caused the crash, they believe the trapped driver overshot his signal to switch tracks, thus putting himself and his passengers on an unstoppable collision course.
L.
Layton, Utah is a small city about 25 miles north of Salt Lake City. It's home
Oh,
to
thanks for
roughly
that follow, sir. I appreciate
87,000
it.
people, including one local driver who will never look at trains the same way again. It was February 4th of 2025. A conductor for the Utah Transit Authority was chugging along when he spotted something stuck on the tracks. You can tell by his tone that this wasn't going to end pretty.
Oh my God.
You might think the driver was trying to beat the crossing arms, but CCTV of the crash shows what actually happened. The driver was stopped at the intersection when a speeding white pickup rear-ended them, pushing them into the tracks. Now they're stuck in the middle, but instead of pulling forward, they decide to back up, nearly breaking the arm. Nearly 10 seconds pass
That is
before the
fucked
driver
up, man.
opts to abandon ship. Local police officers said everyone was okay, including those on board the train. While hindsight is 20.
Nah, hell nah, bro. You need to do something about that. This truck right here, because he clearly said that he bumped into him, and that's what made them go for. Nah, fuck that, bro. That's attempted murder right there. That's just the way I see it. Maybe I'm going a little overboard. Let me know in the comments. But I think that man, nah, hell nah, bro. Don't tell me he got away unscathed, bro. Nah, hell nah. We scrapping. We scrapping. You gonna have to see me, bro. That's fucked up.
2020, they urged people to always break the crossing arms if they ever get stuck. Some scraped paint and bent plastic is certainly better than the alternative.
That's what I would have done. I'm breaking that shit. Dog,
On
that's
September
fucked up.
13th of 2011, Buenos
fucked up.
Aires, Argentina experienced its worst railway disaster in 50 years. It happened shortly before 6:30 a.m., when the morning rush hour commute meant that public transit was packed to the gills. As a full commuter train approaches the Flores station, a bus suddenly pulls into its path. The train smashes into it, dragging the bus several
What the
feet
hell?
before derailing and striking an oncoming train.
Brother!
As the smoke clears, passengers begin opening the windows and climbing out. You can see glass flying from people breaking through, desperately trying to escape the wreckage. From another angle, you can see the train's bright headlight vanish as the bus pulls up. Both train cabs fuse into a single mangled mess, with the drivers still trapped inside. Brief footage from the arriving train shows the moment of impact.
It really did look like that bus came out of nowhere, though. Like, yeah.
It cuts there, likely because the forward-facing camera was destroyed on impact. Sadly, the accident caused 228 injuries and claimed 11 lives, including the bus driver and several people on his bus. According to officials, he failed to stop for the lowered barriers and flashing lights. Meanwhile, one of the train drivers was stuck in the wreckage for 2 hours as first responders worked to pull him out.
Bruh. Bruh. First of all, rest in peace to those passengers, man. Also the bus driver, but bus driver, dog, this is on you, bruh. It's on you, bruh. He refused to stop for the blinking lights and the, you know. And from that one action, he lost his life and a few other people on his bus lost their lives too. Rest in peace to everybody involved, but goddamn, bro. It don't even need to be like that for
Gardner,
real, bro. Stop.
Illinois is a small
Like,
village
be
in
patient.
Grundy
Patience is
County.
key, bro.
It's home to roughly 1,300 people who are used to living in quiet peace. Then, on September 14th of 2025, They all heard the same loud crash. It was shortly after 8 p.m. on Saturday night when a 95-year-old woman accidentally turned onto the train tracks. Unfortunately, she didn't realize her mistake until she had driven a few dozen feet, ultimately causing her car to get wedged. Then, disaster struck.
Boom! Punch!
In the footage, you can see somebody running from the car moments before impact. It's unclear who it is, but based on their quick movements, we doubt it was Grandma. It's most likely a family member who arrived in time to save her. According to the mayor of Gardner, the woman had just left a local pub called Everybody's. However, it's unclear if alcohol had anything to do with the crash. It was January 8th of 2025, the start of a bright and sunny new year in southern Florida. A local man was driving in North Miami Beach when traffic came to a standstill at the railroad crossing. That's when one driver decided that red lights and crossing arms are more like suggestions than orders.
Good morning. So Louis, ik gang aan zijn Monroe, zei free the office, dat zou niet zijn nog een sigaar. So we kunnen dan gaan gaan später met zijn kaart niet te maken zich morgen sigaar. Whoa!
Bro, I was so focused on this car, I didn't know. Wow, I did not see that. I was focused on this car. I'm thinking this car's about to do something.
Stupid, didn't you? According to police, the black car blatantly ran the red light and nudged the crossing arm as they passed under. At that point, their reckless speed likely saved their life, as the train only hit their rear bumper, sending them into a tailspin. Paramedics rushed the driver to a trauma center while crews arrived to clean the scene. It's unclear what happened to them after, or if the police ever learned why they ran the light. Were they not paying attention? Were they drinking? Or were they simply distracted?
I believe that person just didn't give a fuck. But nah, I was so focused on this car. I didn't see that. I didn't notice that. I thought this car was about to like try to weave through the bars and things like that. Bro, that got me. That got me, man. That was a good fake out. That was a good fake out. Like I said, bro, hey, Sarah, listen. I was focused on this because I saw an inch and four, so I'm thinking that this was the car that was gonna get hit. I did not expect that. Oh shit, that got me.
8 months later, on September 12th of 2025,
wow.
Another Florida driver
that person
crossed
just didn't give a
paths
fuck.
with the lightning-fast Brightline commuter train. However, this time, the results were far worse. According to her friends and family, 83-year-old Eleonora was on her way to a gym in her hometown of Rockledge. Sadly, she never made it.
I am confused. Damn. Damn.
Eleonora passed on the scene, despite 2 ambulances being in the immediate area. Once the smoke cleared, everyone had the same question on their mind. How did this happen? According to the medical examiner, Eleonora had a lethal amount of alcohol in her system at the time of the crash. She was over 3 times the legal limit, which explains why she failed to stop in time for the crossing arm. Her crash marked the 5th fatal train accident in Brevard County, Florida. Of them, 4 of the 5 involved a Brightline train, a high-speed commuter rail between Miami and Orlando that can reach speeds of up to 130 miles per hour.
Yeah, that lady had a death wish. Maybe that's what she wanted. But still, R.I.P. Yeah, you ain't surviving that. Hell no, you ain't surviving that shit. Damn. Seeing these types of videos, man, it makes you... I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel, man. I want to have sympathy, but then at the same time, it's like, this is probably what you wanted. So, but still, rest in peace.
Do you want to take a second to touch on something that I think is really important? I'm a huge advocate for mental health on this page, you guys already know, especially as someone that struggles with that currently. BetterHelp actually connected me with a therapist who is trained to...
She look good. Hold on.
Monday, November 3rd of 2025 was supposed to be a day of music and friendly competition in San Antonio, Texas. The city was hosting the Regional High School Marching Band Contest, and students from Vandegrift High in Austin were eager to compete. Then, tragedy struck when the tractor trailer carrying all of their equipment and instruments got stuck on the train tracks.
With these semis, boy. They be the main victims. And there's nothing you can do either.
According to local reports, this marked the third
somebody still
time
in the
a semi
cab?
truck had gotten stuck on the Carolina Street tracks.
Wait, hold on.
It's hard to tell in the footage, but on...
Wait, hold on. It looked like there was still somebody in there, though. Did y'all see that? Hold on. Yeah, I don't know if that's a person. It could be the seat. It could be the seat.
According to local reports,
I think
this
that was
marked the
but it
third
looked like a
time
person,
a
though, to me.
semi-truck had gotten stuck on the Carolina Street tracks. It's hard to tell in the footage, but on Google Maps, you can see how steep the road gets when the tracks cross. The truck simply bottomed out, at which point it was steel on pavement. If you ever get stuck on train tracks, look around for one of these boxes. It'll have a toll-free number plus the mile marker, which tells the railroad company exactly where you are. From there, they can try to stop the train before it hits you, but it's not always guaranteed. As for the marching band, local firefighters helped unload the equipment, which wasn't too banged up. They were allowed to compete later that night, and some rival high schools even loaned them some gear. Vandegrift later made the regional finals, taking home 3rd place. As they say, the show must go on.
True.
If you're trying to beat an oncoming train, you should probably do so in something faster than a dump truck full of rocks. Apparently, this Russian truck driver wanted to prove that theory wrong. He had just arrived at a rural railroad crossing as one train was passing by. He must have been getting impatient as he stepped on the gas before the train was out of frame. He's almost across the tracks when a second train arrives and takes him out. Rocks fly as the dump truck spins out and comes to a rest off-screen. The question is, was the driver trying to beat the second train, or did he simply not see it? From his vantage point, you could argue that the first train blocked his view of the second. He doesn't seem very urgent as he's crossing the tracks, and the truck never lurches as if it's trying to accelerate. But even if he didn't see it, he couldn't have missed the warning lights that are still flashing on either side of the road. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. With that, thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one.
I like the music, by the way. I would say, lesson learned watching this video, don't try to beat the train, dog. Like, you will lose. RIP to everybody, you know, in this video. That one lady who was drunk, severely drunk, and got hit by that train, rest in peace. The people on the bus, rest in peace. But just don't try to beat the damn train. Like, it's stupid. As I said before, you're looking death straight in the face when you do that. Because them trains ain't stopping. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy that video. If you guys did, be sure... What did you say, nigga? Do be sure to drop a like, comment down below. The links to the original video will be down below. And go check it out, man. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.